We live out our lives as if God's purpose is to fulfill our pleasure, our wants, and our desires. Anybody there with me? That I would challenge you over this next 4 weeks while I'm gone to write down what your prayer concerns have been, and notice how much of it is asking God to give you, and how much of your prayers are you surrendering yourself to God and saying, what can I give you? What can I offer you? What can I do for you today? But notice where it says here, the first matter is that we got to fear God. Most of us don't fear God. We don't have a reverential fear of God. If we had a reverential fear of God, our lives would be dramatically different than they are today. They would be. Because if you fear God, then you would listen to what he has to say. Now, most of the time we'll say, well, we fear God, and we would listen to what he has to say, but we just choose not to get in his word, so then we plead ignorance, so then we can say, I don't know what he would say. We think that ignorance is better than rebellion, but actually ignorance is rebellion when the truth has been given to you, and it is up to you to seek after that truth. So the first matter was fear God. The second thing that I like within this passage is saying that what does this idea of fear God look like? To revere, to worship him. Now, worship is not something we do on Sunday morning, but it is our lifestyle. It is every moment of every day. It is to be a defining characteristic of our lives. Jesus tells us that the Father is looking for worshipers that will worship him in spirit and in truth. That is, he is looking for people that it is not dependent upon what kind of music, what kind of situation, what kind of building. It's not dependent upon any of those things, but it is simply dependent upon the awesomeness of our God that we worship him. And that it is not worship with words. It is not worship with music or necessarily outward expressions, but it is worship that flows from our hearts. That's what he's looking for. And then the idea of knowing that he is. Now, what does that mean? Well, when Moses has to go to Egypt and he has to go deliver the people out of captivity, he tells God, who shall I say sent me? And God says, tell them, I am sent you. I am. Not I was, not I will be, but I am. Now, one, there's something very comforting in knowing that God doesn't change. He was the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Now, while God doesn't change, our revelation of God does need to change. We need to grow up in Christ and come to know God more and more. God desires that relationship, and when you know someone from a distance, it is very different than when you know someone up close. A lot of people will try to tell me, well, Pastor, we know you. The fact of the matter is, you don't know someone unless you're walking with someone. You don't know Jesus unless you're walking with Jesus. You may know about him, but do you know him and know that he is? Know that he is all sufficient to meet every need in our lives. Now we see within this passage that the root of our character, the object of God's providence, that our purpose and the foundation of what's that word? Of all happiness is found in God and found doing what God wants us to do. So, contrary to what this world would tell us or what our flesh tells us, because let's face it, we don't need the world or the devil to give ourselves a bad day. We're pretty good at doing it to ourselves, amen? But contrary to all those things say, seek after this, seek after that, do this, do that, then you will be happy, then you will be content. Within this passage, we find that our meaning, our purpose, our fulfillment, and our happiness is found in God and God alone, and doing it his way and not trying to do it our way with his blessing upon it. And that, my friends, is how many of us are living, myself included, that what we do is we take out of the Word the things that we don't like and we don't agree with, and we focus on the things that we do like and we do agree with, and we have all created our own mini Bibles, haven't we? We have our own little mini Bibles running through our head rather than taking the whole testimony of the Word of God and applying it in our lives. Now, look at this picture. This picture is, have you seen this picture before? All right, it is Michelangelo's The Creation of Adam. Now, by the way, just to give you a note, I saw a shirt one day and it said, on the 8th day God made wind, and it says, pull my finger. Bad shirt, but it did make me chuckle. Okay, but here's the thing. Yeah, I am sacrilegious, whatever. All right. Notice in this picture about, what do you see within the picture? You see God reaching for man, and you see man reaching for God. But who's really straining toward whom? God is straining toward man. Man is kind of like this, and God is reaching down ever so eagerly, ever so expectantly for man to grasp him. And if man would just lift up his finger a little bit more, he would touch the hand of God. How close we are to the fulfillment of our lives. How close we are to achieving God's destiny for us in Him. But yet we do part of it, but not all of it. It's like doing half of a diet and wondering why you're not getting the full result. Doing part of the stuff. We have to do it all. At the end of the day, we don't struggle because we're lazy. Because we're lazy and we prefer to God to meet us on our turf rather than meeting Him on His turf.
Here's a few reasons why people don't go to church.
I can't come to church until I get my life together.
Church is how I got my life together.
Church is filled with a bunch of hypocrites.
And there's always room for one more.
All they care about is your money.
They care about me, not about my money.
Is there some kind of dress code?
Yes, the code is wear some clothes.
Church, it just makes me nervous.
I was nervous at first, and then I felt right at home.
I'm not sure I believe everything that you believe.
But you can still belong.
Church is for wimpy, girly men.
You want to say that again?
If you knew me and what I've done, you wouldn't want me.
If you knew me and what I've done, you wouldn't be worried.
You can come to my church even if you were brought up Catholic,
Baptist,
Methodist,
Jewish,
Mormon,
Lutheran,
Pentecostal,
Presbyterian,
Church of Christ,
Southern Baptist.
a little bit of everything and a whole lot of nothing.
See, it's not about a religion, it's about a relationship.
So please, come to my church.
Where nobody's perfect.
Where beginners are welcome.
Where socks are optional.
but grace is required.
Where forgiveness is offered.
Where hope is alive.
And where it's okay to not be okay. Really.